Good evening. You're now with me, Shalshmai for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak secured several key agreements following discussions held during the 13th annual Malaysia-Indonesia consultation in Jakarta. 15 Bangladeshi men without valid documentation are detained at the Kuching International Airport. And in world news, Cambodia denies accusations by Thailand that it broke a fragile ceasefire between the two nations. We begin this news. Sarawak has secured several key agreements following discussions held during the 13th annual Malaysia-Indonesia consultation in Jakarta. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tonopeng described the outcome as a significant milestone in efforts to strengthen economic and energy ties between Sarawak and West Kalimantan.
Saya mengucap terima kasih kepada kedua-dua pemimpin negara, iaitu Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim dan juga Presiden Prabowo, kerana telah mendapat beberapa persetujuan dari perspektif negeri Sarawak.
Abang Johari said that one of the major agreements involved the implementation of a free trade initiative between the Ndikong border post in West Kalimantan and NABBED in Sarawak. This initiative, he said, will enable a smoother and more systematic flow of goods and services between the two regions.
Ini adalah satu persetujuan yang amat besar dari sudut perhubungan perniagaan di antara Indonesia dan Malaysia, khasnya Kalimantan Barat dan juga Sarawak.
Earlier today, Abang Johari accompanied Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim on an official visit to the Istana Merdeka in Jakarta, Indonesia, for a special meeting with President Prabowo. The Malaysian delegation also included Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Seri Haji Jinor and Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan. The Sarawak 2030 Sustainability Blueprint, launched in June, has been recognized as a key initiative by the government to tackle the escalating climate crisis. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tonopeng says the plan, the first of its kind in Malaysia, aims to drive Sarawak towards a green and low-carbon economy by 2030.
He added that the blueprint outlines 10 strategic pillars, 48 targeted strategies, and 111 comprehensive action plans.
Our development vision is clear. It must be inclusive, equitable, and environmental responsible. By 2030, Sarawak aims to generate 10 gigawatt, with more than 60% of its energy from renewable sources. We are expanding our hydroelectric capacity. We are building the foundation of a solar and hydrogen energy economy.
In his text speech read by Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department for Project Coordination for Regional Development Agencies, Kuching North City Hall and Islamic Affairs, Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi, Abang Johari said Sarawak aims to build 400 electric vehicle charging stations across the state by 2025. At the same time, he said Sarawak is now in the final phase of finalizing its carbon plan and carbon levy framework, with support from several international trade partners, including the World Bank.
The Sarawak government is looking into the health autonomy model used in the Australian Capital Territory (ACT) as a reference to strengthen its rights under the Malaysia Agreement 1963. Deputy Premier Dr. Sim Kui Hian said it's important to understand how the ACT, autonomous territory not directly governed by the Australian Commonwealth, is able to independently manage its public healthcare system.
In a Facebook post, Dr. Sim Kui Hyun said the ACT government provides healthcare services to over 150,000 residents from southern New South Wales and in return charges the New South Wales government for the cost of these services, a model he believes Sarawak could consider once full health autonomy is reached. He also pointed out that the Health Ministry currently allocates about 3 billion ringgit a year to Sarawak for hospital and primary healthcare services. He also stressed the need for significant investment to upgrade dilapidated clinics and hospitals in Sarawak and called for better incentives for doctors, nurses and healthcare workers to prevent a brain drain in Sarawak.
15 Bangladeshi men without valid documentation were detained at the Kuching International Airport earlier today. Acting on intelligence and surveillance, the Sarawak Immigration Department Security Monitoring and Enforcement Unit UPKP detained the men upon their arrival from Kuala Lumpur at 12:50 p.m. In a statement, the department said initial checks found that none of the individuals had valid entry records in the Immigration Department's system. It added that further inspection of their passports revealed suspected forged immigration stamps believed to have been used to deceive the authorities. It was also found that each man is believed to have paid between 18,000 and 20,000 ringgit to syndicate agents to gain entry into the country. All detainees are currently held at the Samudra Immigration Detention Depot for further investigation under the 1959/63 Immigration Act. And on to the next update. Sarawak has taken immediate steps to monitor and control the rising number of hotspots in the state due to hot and dry weather, which has increased the risk of haze, particularly in Muka and Kuala Baram. To address this, Sarawak Disaster Management Committee SDMC Chairman Dr. Ahmad Douglas Uga Ambas revealed that all technical teams have been placed on high alert, while drones are being deployed to detect fires at an early stage.
The strategy is always to identify the smoke because this is a pit fire. Kalau kita tunggu melihat the flame, then a big area has been burnt. That's why we're using a strategy to identify using drone to see the smoke and take action.
He also said several villages have been reported to be facing water supply issues, and the state government is exploring alternative sources in collaboration with the Rural Water Supply Department.
We also remind all the resident and district office to memantau ada kampung dah menghadapi masalah kekurangan air. So the Fatimah Ministry will look into the water supply. We're working with Jepang. We are calling a meeting next few days to monitor the situation, especially on the shortage of water.
Recently, Muka recorded an unhealthy air pollution index API reading of 154, making it the only location in Malaysia with alarming air quality on Monday. More than 100 top-performing SPM students have been awarded the Petronas Education Sponsorship under the Empowering Knowledge Initiative. This achievement highlights the successful collaboration between the state government and the industrial sector in shaping future leaders.
This occasion stands as a testament to what can be achieved when a strong, enduring partnership between government and industry is centered on a shared vision for education, empowerment, and nation building. By investing in the education and development of Sarawakian youth, Petronas is helping us lay the foundation for a future that is resilient, competitive, and inclusive.
She emphasized that the sponsorships represent a long-term investment in nurturing future leaders and empowering individuals to contribute back to the state and the nation. Fatima also reminded recipients to stay grounded, remain connected to their roots, and uphold their sense of social responsibility as they carry the hopes of their families, communities, and the state.
The Ministry of Home Affairs, KDN, has banned 2 publications effective July 1st and 3rd, citing potential harm to public morality. In a statement today, KDN said the ban, gazetted under the Printing Presses and Publications Act 1984 or Act 301, aims to curb the spread of inappropriate content before it poses a threat to society.
Banned books are Chase Me by Tessa Bailey, announced through the Printing Presses and Publications Control of Unwanted Publication Results Order No. 13, 2025, and Amar Zahrain, The Obsessive Husband by NSS Signature, announced under the Printing Presses and Publications Control of Unwanted Publication Results Order No. 14, 2025, which takes effect on July 3, 2025. KDN further clarified that under Section 7(1) of Act 301, the printing, importation, production, reproduction, publication, sale, circulation, distribution, or possession of any of the listed publications is strictly prohibited in Malaysia.
A shaky ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia appeared to be holding as of tonight as military commanders met despite Bangkok's allegations that truce had been breached with overnight skirmishes. Today, the military said Cambodian troops had launched armed attacks into several areas, in a clear attempt to undermine mutual trust, but said clashes later stopped. Cambodia's Defense Ministry spokeswoman Malay Sochata insisted there had been no armed clashes against each other in any regions.
ភាគីទាំងពីរបានជួបគ្នានិងសួរសុខទុក្ខគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកនិងបានឯកភាពគ្នានិងគោរពអំពីបទឈប់បាញ់ឈប់បង្កើនទ័ពជៀសវាងការប្រឈមមុខដាក់គ្នានិងបង្កើនភាពតានតឹងភ្ជាប់ទំនាក់ទំនងនិងផ្ដល់ព័ត៌មានឲ្យគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកប្រសិនបើមានបញ្ហាអីផ្សេងក្រៅពីនេះត្រូវសុំយោបល់ទៅថ្នាក់លើនាងខ្ញុំក្នុងនាមជាអ្នកនាំពាក្យក្រសួងការពារជាតិសូមច្រានចោលចំពោះការលើកឡើងរបស់អ្នកនាំពាក្យជើងគោកថៃដែលលើកឡើងថាមានការប្រយុទ្ធគ្នាបានកើតឡើងនិងមិនគោរពតាមបទឈប់បាញ់ចំណុចនេះនាងខ្ញុំសូមបញ្ជាក់យ៉ាងមុតមមថាកងកម្លាំងប្រដាប់អាវុធកម្ពុជាបាននិងកំពុងអនុវត្តយ៉ាងម៉ឺងម៉ាត់នៅបទបញ្ជានិងកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងនៃបទឈប់បាញ់ចាប់តាំងពីម៉ោង 24:00 នាទីម៉ោងនៅក្នុងតំបន់នៅថ្ងៃទី 28 ខែកក្កដាឆ្នាំ 2025
However, both sides said morning meetings between rival military commanders along the borders scheduled as part of the pact had gone ahead. Following peace talks in Malaysia on Monday, both sides agreed an unconditional ceasefire would start at midnight to end fighting over a smattering of ancient temples in disputed zones along their 800-kilometer border. Thailand's army said 3 meetings on the frontier had seen senior officers agree to the escalation measures, including a halt on troop reinforcement or movements that could lead to misunderstandings. But a Foreign Affairs spokeswoman for Bangkok Border Crisis Center, Marathi Nalita Andamo, warned on Tuesday afternoon that in this moment, in the early days of the ceasefire, the situation is still fragile.
Heavy rain killed more than 30 people and forced authorities to evacuate tens of thousands as swathes of northern China were lashed by torrential downpours that sparked landslides and flooding. The death toll was highest in Miyun, a suburban district northeast of capital Beijing's city center. Meanwhile, local Chinese media reported more than 80,000 people have been evacuated in the Chinese capital alone. Weather authorities have issued their second highest rainstorm warning for Beijing, neighboring Hebei and Tianjin, as well as 10 other provinces. The authorities added that the rains are expected to last into Wednesday. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Shalisha Mato. Thank you for watching and have a good night.